great. All go, no wait. Champion, no debate. First place, go play. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Humble Greatness in the building. Now I got some special guests, some very special guests with me.
There we go.
Very special guests with me today. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Millie Motivation.
Millie Motivation.
Let's get it.
Paris Garibaldi.
Dang, she got the same last name as me. That's my wife. You know what I'm saying? So don't say nothing stupid, man, or I'll just
be respectful.
I'm about to block everybody. Yeah. Anyway, nah, man, for real, nah. It's her first time on here. I had to kind of convince her to do this, you know what I'm saying? Because she be behind the scenes doing a lot. So she on here now. And we just about to talk, man. We about to just have a little conversation. So first off, yo, let's talk about this weather, dog.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, check it. I woke up today and my lovely wife over here was like, yo, it's like -2 or something like that. Correct. But then on the weather app, it's like what it feels like. Mm-hmm. It was like negative what?
It was -30.
Yo, -30, dog.
My goodness.
Somebody had posted on Facebook, they were like, it's colder than Antarctica right now.
Yeah.
And they showed Antarctica's temperature, and it was warmer than ours, bro.
Are you serious? Oh, that was a real deal?
Yeah, it was a real deal.
Crazy.
I had to fact check that. Yeah, man. It's last thing I checked, it was like -27. Like, that's what it feels like. That's crazy. I stepped outside for like 5 seconds, and I walked right back in.
Yeah, I always say it's colder than Twin Peaks beer. Because they got like the coldest beer in the city.
They do. So, yeah, man, I don't know, man. I wasn't about that life today.
Yeah, we took off work. Well,
Yeah.
I took off work.
I was trying to, but Genesis Health Clubs, they don't ever close the
Hey,
gym.
Genesis, man, what's up with it, man?
They're never closing the gym.
Hey, you got it. And there's people there.
There was people there still today.
Bro, you got some dedicated people, bro.
For real.
I couldn't do it today, man. I couldn't.
Listen,
And let me tell you why. Hold on. Let me tell you why I couldn't do it today. It's not the fact of driving to the gym. Mm-hmm. I have to get prepared.
Yeah.
Like, I have to go out. I have to get the ice off of my windshield. Like,
Yep.
I'm cool, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to put in that much work. I have to go tomorrow.
Yeah.
you didn't
I went.
do that for my car today.
I didn't. I slacked.
Yeah. Man, it's cold. It's just, you don't want to do anything.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. So tell me about, what's the motivation to, let me ask you this. What's the motivation to go out in this kind of weather, man? Like, for real. What's the motivation for not calling in today? Because I know a lot of people called in today.
Man, to separate myself from others.
Ooh.
You know, everybody's trying to be successful in the world.
Ooh.
So,
okay.
you know, I'm not saying I'm the smartest guy in the room, but I'm definitely feel like I work people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So what about you? Did you work today?
I'm sacrificing my success today.
There we go. There we go. She's honest about it.
She was honest about
I
it.
had to get the kids today, so I'm waking up and I'm like, probably not driving that 30-minute drive to go talk to my clients today.
Yeah, man, it's a minute. Yeah.
Oh, and my my work supplies were frozen.
In the car? In the back of the car?
They were frozen today. So
The cleaning supplies were frozen.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, my studio was not frozen today. But you
pretty
know,
warm in here.
man, yeah, I had some people like, hey, man, I'm on the way. Never show up. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe they slid off the road, or
Man.
yeah, maybe I don't know. I'm dealing with artists, so you know they be all over the place sometimes. I love my artists. I really do love y'all, but sometimes y'all be
Inconsistent.
giving me giving me a little headache, but it's all good. So yeah, that's the weather that we dealing with right now. And the crazy thing is, in order to do this podcast where we have it at, I have to turn the heater off.
Oh, man.
I have to, or it's
Oh,
just
it's
gonna
about
just
to
be
get
too
cold in
loud,
here.
right? So, yeah, man, pray for us if you're watching this, man. If you watching this, we are sacrificing our body heat
Our bodies.
in order to get this situation.
It's really that cold out here.
It's
Just-
crazy right
We're
now.
not complaining.
What'd you eat today?
Today,
Dinner-wise, what was your last meal?
I just actually ate enchiladas. Enchiladas and rice.
Fire.
Yeah. Enchiladas and rice, and I had my protein shake.
but you couldn't eat the brownie.
Couldn't eat the brownie.
Yo.
I think I already overdid. I think I overdid it with the enchiladas. The only reason I ate them because somebody prepared them for me, so I don't.
Okay,
say
yeah,
no.
I'm not mad at you.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
didn't
mad
want
at
to
you
say
for that.
no.
Okay.
Okay, my mom made some for us this weekend too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. So Man, what was? Oh, that was what I was gonna ask you. Are we on a meal plan? Are you on a meal plan?
Right now, I'm not on a strict meal plan, but I've been eating healthier. You know, more fruits, more veggies.
Okay.
Trying to stay away from processed food.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So is your grocery bill kind of hefty? Because I know, like, when you start eating healthy, bro, that grocery bill.
Oh
can
yeah,
get
it's
ridiculous.
definitely hefty. Like lately, I've been eating like a lot of Dot Greens.
Okay.
I've been eating out. I usually eat out because I'm always on the go. But Dot Green, Subway,
Got you.
you know,
Okay.
stuff like that.
What do you order at Subway?
Man, the Turkey Cali Club.
Fire.
Man, stupid. Put Baja Chipotle sauce on there.
Fire.
Yep,
Fire.
super fire. Try to get sun chips, whole grain chips. I don't know. I start trying to change little things at a time.
Yeah, that's real.
You know, every day I drink water. I try to stick to drinking water.
Man, I try to do that too.
But I
man.
love soda though.
Yo, when I drink soda, I feel so bad.
Man,
Like my body, like, so I'm gonna tell you this. So like back in probably about high school or something, I was going to church in Atlanta at the time, and they were like, yo, like fast. Like just do a fast.
Okay.
From kind of
I
just,
actually do that
whatever.
too.
And I ended up fasting from soda, and then I just never really drank it again. Like,
it's actually really bad for you.
man, so
Bear
like
in
if
mind.
I do, I might drink like a tad bit of Sprite. I can't even tell you the last time I drank any soda, but I remember when I did like a Dr. Pepper, bro, and my body was like, I don't want none of this. It was so bad. So yeah, man, I'm a huge water guy.
Definitely lemon water. Lemon water.
What about you? I gotta pass the ball over here. What
There
about
we
you?
go. That's
Passing it.
Well, I haven't drank soda in a really long time, but my cravings are a lot different right now. And
Oh yeah, for sure. She's a Starbucks fanatic, guys. So if you're watching this right now
hell yeah.
and you want to send a Starbucks
That's a
gift
good
card,
topic.
yo, she will be nice to me forever. You know what I'm saying?
yo, my clients just gifted me one. Was it on Tuesday?
That's
Nice.
dope.
She's like, I got you a mini Starbucks cup and a Starbucks gift card on
That's
it.
good. It's a little closer to you.
My bad.
No, you good?
So,
There
but
you
yeah,
go.
I don't drink iced coffee anymore. I haven't in a while, but
Why is that?
one for I was actually wasting more coffee in the price that it was. So right now I'm just drinking a lot more tea or the Starbucks refreshers, which I'm sure that's not even any better with caffeine, but
Yeah.
it tastes really
feel
good
you.
if you're wondering.
Are you a coffee drinker?
That's a good topic. I used to be really sensitive.
What do you mean?
Like I used to just kind of like spaz out, like have too much caffeine. Like I just had too much energy or something. Like I start having anxiety, but now I've been drinking it.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
For real?
So I've been drinking it every morning. Kind of gets me going.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
got you. I've never been a coffee drinker.
Yeah.
And I think that actually stems from my family too. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even think I see my mom and dad ever drink coffee,
Yeah.
like ever. So like, I just didn't
Don't
grow
let
up
him
with
lie
that.
to you. If it's in the cup holder and we're driving together and he sees my cup of coffee,
He'll take
Yeah,
a
Man.
absolutely, hands
it
down.
tastes so good.
You know what it
What's
is?
in this?
It's like one of those things, you know, like if we all go out to eat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I order my plate and I get it, and then the other person's plate always looks better, and I'm like, yo, I kind of need a little bit.
Yeah,
of that.
let
You
me
know
get a
what I'm
little
saying? Yeah,
something.
that's how I be feeling, bro.
Yeah.
So when I see that little Starbucks, I'm like, I don't be drinking coffee, but her Starbucks be smacking, bro.
Man.
Yeah,
that-
Whatever she be, but see the thing that y'all don't know, my lady over here, she has the longest Starbucks drink order in America.
Oh,
The longest one. It'd be
Oh,
like
man.
add this, sub this, do this. You know what I'm saying?
It's-
Grande
That's
latte.
why she know what she do.
She said no.
when you're talking about making changes, this is part of the reason why.
Absolutely.
I cut out dairy a long time ago. Probably been 2 or 3 years ago, and I switched to almond milk with a very
That's healthy.
small splash of heavy cream because it gives it a little bit of thickness.
Mm.
And I don't do sugar in hardly anything. Yes, I understand with the refreshers and stuff like that, but when I do sugar-free coffee, it's sugar-free vanilla. I just was trying to cut down on sugars because that's where you were retaining the weight, and I was having a hard time losing weight and not understanding why.
Yep,
And in the
that's right.
morning, I would start with a coffee, and I'm like, well, dang, I'm not making any progress. So what is it? And so when I sat down with the Starbucks manager that at that time about 4 years ago, she was like, well, this is like 500 calories and it's, 60 grams of carbs, you know, that's why I'm like, oh, so this is why I'm not making any headway, because I didn't know what was going into my body. So I started making those cuts in the morning. And since I do eat out on the go every single day, I have to think about like what I'm intaking too. So I don't eat Subway, but I eat Chick-fil-A grilled nuggets like it's going out of style.
Yeah.
Yo,
I love Chick-fil-A.
She said something really powerful, yo. She said that she sat down with the Starbucks manager. That's when you know
was a
people
one-on-one.
are serious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you're going to quote unquote fast food and you sit down and talk to the manager about what it is, what's good. Hey, you serious?
Man,
I don't ever think I've done that in my life.
I'm dedicated. Me either.
Listen, they at Dillon's, at Central and Rock, I've been rocking with them for going on 5
Yeah, they know,
years.
bro. We walking in Dillon's, they know who she is.
The
bro.
floral department knows me, management knows me, Starbucks knows me.
That's
some of
good.
the people in the seafood.
The power of
like,
relationships.
No,
but
most definitely.
it's because I think, you know, it's like seeing how they're all doing, and I've formed those relationships, and those people have worked there for a long time, and whether they like their job or not, you're gonna see me every single day because I have to buy like supplies for my clients, or if it's a grocery shop. But I get my coffee there or my refreshers there because they just handle business differently, and I really like having the relationship there, and I think that's important. And I don't have that going just anywhere. So it's not necessarily, oh, I'm supporting Starbucks. It's like, hey, I really like the people here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I like that.
It's like a community.
Yeah. So now that we're on that topic, I'm gonna ask you both a question. You ready?
Yeah.
What's more important at a restaurant? The quality of the food or the service? Like, what if you just have terrible service but the food is fire, dog? Are you going back?
Man, that's a hard question, but I would say that the service would have to be most important
Okay.
because, you know, if you have good quality service, if food was like, all right, you'd definitely probably go back.
Oh, wow. Okay. What about you?
know?
Okay, so we went to 6S for our anniversary last night.
Shout out to 6S.
Hey.
Shout out to Jake at 6S.
Shout out to Jake,
Shout out,
man.
Jake. Shout out,
Jake.
Jake.
Shout out, man. He been there 5 years.
Yeah,
He knows what he's doing.
He was really knowledgeable,
sure.
but on top of
dope
that,
server.
of course, everybody, you know, called in for work because it was like,
Shitty.
it was bad weather
Yeah.
last night.
Jake was getting some bread that night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he's making
everybody, he's like, we had 60 cancellations last night, and we're like, I have 4-wheel drive. I'm still going to dinner
Yeah.
regardless. So
Glad we went to.
I think it was important last night because not only was it like, I'm not blown away by 6S on the layout personally, because we have George's right down the street.
Yeah.
But because he went above and beyond and was like knowledgeable on everything, I think that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
However, I will tell you, I didn't go back to George's after I got a lukewarm steak, and it was just like in the last couple weeks.
Shout out to George's, man. We love y'all still.
Shout out, Georges.
We do, because they did handle it. They were like, "Hey, we don't accept that." So they comped the steak, and I'm like, "Ma'am, I didn't even ask for that. I just, was just letting you know." And
High
I did
standard.
it.
High
I did it in
standard.
quiet because I'm one of those type of people. I don't like to complain about anything food related
Me
because
too. I'm not.
I just don't like animosity.
You
and
ever been a server before?
Never been a server.
Oh man, I feel like everybody should be a server, man. It's a
Definitely
different
thought about
ballgame.
it though.
It changes.
different
I think it
ballgame,
changes
for
your
sure.
perspective on like how people are going to be treated and things like that. So I think it's important as far as like how service is going to go. But I will be honest, if the food is terrible, I probably won't go back because I can cook at home
Yeah.
a lot.
Bro, half the time she knows what I'm finna say. Half the time we be going out to eat, bro, her food is better. Like, I'm not just saying that because this is my wife. I'm not trying to hype her up, none of that. Yo, she's fire. Like, for real. So, like, sometimes, 95% of the time, right, that we're out eating, I'm eating, and she's like, "What do you think?" And I'm just like, "Man, your home cooked meals are better than this. They just are, right?" And then the other 5% is when I'm paying like $80, $90 for a steak, right? When it's just gonna be ridiculously good anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, shout out to 6S, man. Yeah, it was dope.
Shout out 6S.
It was dope. Shout out to Jay.
Probably
He was
the
cool.
best hamburger we've ever had though.
Yo,
I'll have to check
I
it
ate
out.
this
Never been.
burger, bro, and like, I'm closing my eyes because I'm envisioning it right now. Right? As I'm biting into the meat, and she knows, like, I just ate, and she was staring at me like, it must be good. Like, she gave me that look. I was like, yo, you need to try this. And then she took a bite and had the same thing. But it was like, man, the meat just like melted in my mouth, bro.
It was like soft.
I don't know.
Dang. Might have to try
It
it.
was fire, bro.
That's actually owned by the Stevens, so I haven't been there.
Yeah.
They're always like hyping us up, like get these many memberships, we'll take you to success.
Yeah, bro.
I'm
It
pretty
was
sure
good.
that some of the dealerships get like half off Mondays. So you might ask about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely ask about the half off Monday.
Half off Monday.
'Cause
75% off Monday.
Man.
I don't know what that is.
Because my best friend, she works for one of the car dealerships, and they get half off on Mondays.
Okay.
Definitely, I'll definitely check it out.
So
For sure.
you might ask and be like, "Hey, I'm working for you. You gotta tap me in."
Yeah,
That's it.
Give me a discount.
That's dope. So let me ask you this, man. We're gonna kind of spiral into something else. You said that you had seen a podcast of mine that made you want to get on this podcast. What podcast was that?
It was with Jacoby and the other friend of yours.
Jacoby and Dana. Yeah.
Yep.
So what stuck out to you about that podcast?
I think it was I don't think. I think it was everybody's energy in the room.
Yeah, come on.
You know how you guys were having the conversation with each other, and that's why I reached out to Jacoby. And I'm like, man,
What's up with it?
Yeah, what's it gonna take to get on there?
For sure.
And he sent me your information, and I just reached out to you.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome, man.
I've been wanting to do something like this. So
That's good, man.
Definitely.
I like, man, Jacoby got so much energy, man. And his heart for, just following the Lord, you know what I'm saying?
it's pure.
And his gift for ministry is,
He's just very passionate about.
Yeah,
what
I
he has
love
to
it.
say.
Yeah,
I love it.
he's a good man.
Yeah, he is. He's a good dude, man. Shout out to Jacoby. Shout
Shout
out
out
to
Jacoby,
Dana.
man.
Dana always be on me like, man, when you gonna have another podcast? I'm like, bro, when I run into people, when people hit me up,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Whenever you got time, man.
Yeah,
Make it
really,
work.
it's just about time. It's just
Yeah.
about time. So, what else do you do besides Genesis? I know you said Genesis motivational speaking
Yep.
on the other podcast, but
Yep.
is there anything else you do? Like,
Man, I just love entrepreneurship. So
Okay.
Whatever I can get my hands on
I got you.
in the right way.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
legally.
Understood.
I'm a salesman. So
Yeah, for sure.
My father, like I said last podcast, sells vehicles,
Yeah.
so I'm able to do that with them. He also
So you help dad out sometimes too?
Yeah.
you're
He's actually
busy.
before I went back to Genesis, that's what I was doing with them
Got
full
you.
time.
That's right. Okay.
So I know that part of the game, and he also picks up junk cars in the community as well. So
All right. Do we pick up junk cars and fix them and then resell them, or do we just
it
junk them out?
It just depends. If it's an easy fix, he'll fix them. If not, he'll recycle them.
Yeah.
And then we'll sell the catalytic converter.
I feel you.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So, yep. But yeah, man, jack of all trades. Like I said last podcast, I'm just trying to be successful,
Man,
truly,
for
but in the
real,
right
man.
way, with the Lord.
Absolutely.
I pray, I believe it. I'm a God-fearing man, so
Okay. What church do you go to?
I go to the World Society Church of God.
Where's that at?
It's actually off of Ellis Street, kind of in the Old Town area.
Okay, cool.
But I've been to a lot of different churches.
Okay.
New Spring.
New Spring's dope. Shout out to
I
Pastor
like New
Hoover,
Spring.
man.
Yeah, I like New Spring a
Yeah,
lot.
they got a good thing going on. Shout out to Pastor Hoover.
For the last couple of years, though, I've been kind of just, trying to find the answers, seeing what I believe
Absolutely.
in, so I might stick with this one, but I really do like New Spring, though.
Yeah, New
I like the
Spring's
energy.
dope. New Spring's dope.
Yeah.
It was too big for me.
It is very big.
It is big.
It's a big
It's,
one.
hey, man, they
Lot
got a
of
lot
energy.
going on.
Yeah, it's a
they
lot
got
of
going
people.
on. That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not any different than us going to Life Church, but I feel like Life Church,
Life Church, I heard
splits
that.
up the services, so it's not as many people.
Yeah, Life
But
Church is dope, man.
It's dope, but it's
Shout
like,
out to Pastor Craig.
it's easier to maneuver in and out. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with New Spring, like you're getting ready for
You got to
a
get there
concert,
earlier.
Yeah.
and
You
I
got to get there early, leave
Parking
early.
lot be crazy. It is what it would be like. It would be like going to like a sports event. Like
Yeah.
traffic is going to be crazy, right?
Mhm.
But as far as the ministry and how they minister and how they deliver and everything that you can be a part of, man, that's a great place to be, bro.
Definitely.
It really is. It really is. It really is. I couldn't even imagine what it's like to run. I couldn't even imagine what it is to be a pastor of a church, man. It's so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much.
Definitely a lot of different people. A lot of
Yeah,
different
you got to
souls.
have a good team under your belt, especially like starting, because, like when you start as a pastor, you probably have to do everything yourself, right?
Yeah.
So like, man, if people need like counseling and guidance and have questions and you don't have a team of people, that all falls on you, bro. That's a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a lot.
guess that's where you leave it up to God.
Come on, man. Yeah,
Sure.
for real. You gotta pray for God to bring you a team. You know what I mean? And now that we're talking about teams, I mean that's kind of what my wife and I, we've both been talking about, and it's just so hard, man. It's the hardest thing, I think, is to just find quality people, bro. Like everybody's mastered this interview process. Like everybody's good at the interview, right?
Yeah.
They say all the right things and all that, right?
Yeah, like
they
they
dress
already know
the
it.
right way.
Yep,
And then when you get them, you're like, yo,
Hey, what happened?
Where's the person from the interview
What
process?
happened?
What is this? What is this you're giving me right
Yeah.
now?
No one.
And so, man, it's so tough, man. How do you find quality people? What do you guys think?
I think you got to definitely look at the current people you have right now and bring in either people from in their friends group or in their family, so it can bring some type of people that like them into the team,
So let me ask you this: you own a business. Let's just say you own whatever, right? You have people looking for jobs, and they bring in applications. Are you looking at apps, or are you looking at, okay, I like this employee, let me see if they know anybody and can bring them in? Because people,
Definitely, I would probably look
birds
at
of a feather flock together type
Yeah,
deal, right?
exactly. Yeah, I would definitely look at the employee first.
Okay.
Because like you said, anybody's going to put their best of the best on the application,
Absolutely.
or on their resume.
Or leave some out.
Yeah.
Yo, low-key,
Or leave some out.
your dad wrote my resume. So
Yo, my dad's a beast.
Beast mode.
He is, man.
I think it was before.
Well, nah. Let's not say that, because that's not really true. He structured it. You wrote it, gave it to him, and then he
That's
structured
not what
it.
happened. Your dad.
He said that is not
your
what it
dad rewrote my whole
He's so
resume
good,
because,
man.
That's what's up.
he not only did my resume, he also did my resignation letter for when I was quitting as a nanny in order to go to cleaning. And I think that was one of the most scary times, because I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. And I sent it off at 6:30 in the morning. And I don't have a bad relationship at all with my former boss. He's a very well-known name here within Wichita, and he's also a God-fearing man in business and things like that. And so I admire, what he did for me at the time. So I have a lot of respect for him and his wife, and still to this day, they're contacted with us on Facebook and things like that. So I think it was important for more of the relationship and how it was handled. So when I left left them a 2-page letter of what was entailed for the kids at the time. Hey, this is what the expectation is. And man, I think they went through 3 or 4 people before they found the one.
Yeah, I remember he had saw me at one of the church events over at over at Word of Life, and he was like, "Man, Paris did so much and and it's just, it's hard to find whatever you're doing, whatever business it is. It's just hard to find people who really care, man.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And I don't know if that's because of the employee or the employer. Maybe as an employer, I'm not motivating you. You know what I'm saying? People need to be motivated.
Definitely.
No matter how good I am. And we see this in sports. People, let's talk basketball, for instance. People sitting out in games, perfectly healthy, but sitting out, they don't want to play or whatever that is, right? But there's times where, you're human, dude. No matter what, no matter how much you get paid, no matter how much you're skilled at it, you just might not want to do it that day.
Definitely. Definitely agree.
That's just how it is, man. But being at a high level and what we've learned from great people, we all follow. Everybody at this table, we all follow great people and listen to great people. Mm-hmm. You need somebody to, sometimes you're going to need that. Well, most of the time you're going to need that accountability partner, somebody that's just going to push you to the next level. Hey, I don't feel like doing this. Yeah, I know you don't feel like it, but
we got to.
It has to become a got to attitude.
Most definitely.
I don't know how many times you tell me you don't want to do something and you have to do it anyways.
Have to, man. You just have to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't feel like doing that today. Well, hey, I didn't feel like waking up and having to cook or clean for the house, but here we are.
Got it done.
Got it done.
All the time.
Got it done. And so, I mean, that's the difference, man. Just trying to be great at what you do. There's so many sacrifices too, man. If you have, I'm gonna tell you this: if you have somebody great in your life, that does stuff without asking, and it helps and advances you, keep them around. Keep them around.
Look at how blessed my husband is for keeping me around.
Big blessings.
Keep them around, man. Like, for real. I feel like what we had kind of talked about before, or I talked about on this podcast before, was like the now generation, man. They just throw people away like so quick. Like, it's like instant, right? Like, a lot of people, they just don't fight for anything. They're like, oh, yeah, you did this to me and I'm out. But it's like, man, if you really feel somebody is advancing you in life and you come up on some sort of disagreement, try to work it out. You know what I'm saying? And then if you really, really feel like you need that person, you might have to fight for them. And that's okay.
Definitely. That's kind of like something I'm going through right now with my, person.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. We get in an argument. I kind of just want to leave.
Absolutely.
Because that's what I kind of have done in the past.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
As I'm growing as a man, I see that, she's really helpful.
Yeah, for sure.
In my life. So I have to, mature and, work through it with her. So definitely can relate to that.
Absolutely. And also it comes from everybody. Like, if we started hanging out all the time, there's going to come a time where we butt heads or something or don't. It's going to happen, right? But I can't just be like, oh man, you just feel that way, so kind of whatever, right? If you're advancing me and I feel like you're advancing me in my life and you're helping me out and we're growing together and stuff, I'm fighting for you, bro. Now, if I fight for you and it just don't work, then at the end of the day, I can still go to sleep and be fine because I did everything that I could.
You tried.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you gotta remember, everything comes in seasons too. So, hey, what if you are leaving this person? One of the biggest things that I heard on a podcast, or I think it was a TikTok it's probably been a couple weeks ago. But just because you're fighting for somebody doesn't mean that they're the person for you. There's things that come in seasons, like friendships, relationships. Marriage is completely different. You're making that covenant to somebody. You're not saying, oh, like, I'm just bouncing out because it got hard. I don't support that at all. However, like, when you're dating somebody and you're already living together and things like that, the likelihood of you guys surviving at that point is very slim.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
That's and whether people agree with this or not, that's the one thing that, like, if I could do it all over again, I probably wouldn't have done that. Not that I don't love my husband to death, but there's things that you have to unlearn to fight for your relationship differently, to build it healthier and stuff like that. So, we have good support systems and things like that in place. Shout out to like Stephen.
Shout out to Stephen Bishop, man, pastor over at Generations Church. He's a good dude.
Yeah, him and his wife right now are a huge influence into where our marriage is going and what is going to come of it. But I think there's things of like finding the right support system, because the one thing,
systems are everything.
Yeah, if you're tapped in with a pastor or somebody that's in the Christian community, which we do have quite a few friends in that, they're going to tell you straight up like, hey, we don't support that. And the reason being is this. And I think that that's something that, it was tough for Angelo and I, because I remember I was like, man, I was going through a tough time with him, I think within the first 6 months of us dating. And at the time, one of the gals in church was like, run. And I'm like, what? Like, I've been...
Sprint far away.
Yeah, she was like, run away. And I was like, nah, I think he's the one.
Lean in a little bit.
Sorry.
You're kind of fading out. Go ahead.
She was like, sprint away. And I was like, no, I think I'm good. But not knowing some of the things behind that, again, we have to fight a lot harder for the relationship. But I think it's good to have accountability when it comes to friendships and relationships. And we do have people that are very, very vocal, whether we want to hear it or not. And I think that that's tough sometimes.
Yeah, you need to have friends that just give you the hard truth.
Definitely. Real friends. Those are real friends. Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, you just don't need yes men. A whole bunch of yes men, you're going to fall down, man. It's not going to be good for you. That's just how it is, man. The only time you grow is with resistance, right? We know that. That's how you grow muscles, resistance.
Agreed.
So that's the only way that you can grow. You gotta, like she just said, there's things that you gotta unlearn and everything's like that. But the support system, let's talk about that, man. Do you have a list of people that you can talk to? Do you have it? You young? I don't.
Are those gonna be?
I don't know if I had that.
Can those be relatives?
Anybody?
Yeah, definitely.
Like top 3 people.
Definitely.
That's good.
Definitely.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's really important, man. And then also, man, like I always say, like when you're great, you need that support system around you, man. I always tell people you can do good. You're going to do good things by yourself. You are, but you can't do anything great by yourself. It takes a team.
Yeah, I agree. That's definitely how I've been thinking the last couple of years. Because growing up, was kind of cocky, kind of, selfish, and now.
Yeah. You're a kid. I mean, I think all kids are.
Yeah.
Selfish.
But as I'm growing as a man, I'm realizing like it's about team camaraderie.
Absolutely. It is
sticking together, working together.
It is.
So
for sure.
I'm big on that.
Yeah, you have people that like can't grasp that, and
like ever. She's right. Like ever. They just
like,
can't.
I don't need you. Okay, well then when you're down and out, then what?
That's what I'm saying. Or you're sick.
Yeah.
You can't take care of yourself.
But you also have those people who, because they've been through what they've been through, they always think like, man, the only reason why you're being nice is because you're trying to get over on me. Or something like that. Like you're being nice because you want something from me.
Yeah.
So I think like even if you're being nice to somebody, like some people just don't know how to accept it.
Yeah. I agree.
Dude, we have a kid that has been coming around just recently with Angelo, and I was like, he was like, I don't think you like me, and I was like, it has nothing to do with that. It has you having to open up, and I know that may be hard. He's like, well, I'm not going to open up to you. Well, hey, that's on you. But perspective wise, I mean, we're a married couple, and I think that when you can add to somebody's life rather than take away from it, why would you not take the opportunity for that?
Because people really are. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna answer that question. A lot of people don't want to change. They just want people to just hear my problems, bro.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Don't tell me anything else. I just want to just put all this load on you, and then you can take it and just cry about it later. Everything I just put on you. But they don't want to change, because once you start dealing with change, you start dealing with people's inner. I mean, you could call them inner demons, right?
Yeah.
And that's hard for people, man. It's really tough. Even if it's not working, people will go back to that because they know, even though it makes it feel bad, they already know how they're used to the feeling. Right.
Definitely.
That's just what people do, man. It's really tough to break bad habits. That's why it's called a habit, right? But yeah, your circle of people, I'm telling you, that is so important, man.
Either make you or break you.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of people in our circle, in all honesty. We've cut a lot of people out over the years, and I think the thing that was challenging with that is like, some of the hurt that comes with it. Or having to tell people like, hey, like we really do wish you the best of luck, but please don't contact us. And it's not because we don't care. It's just at the end of the day, you're not benefiting to us.
Yeah.
Especially with building a family and things like that. And, you can't, and people are going to disagree with this, but you really can't have friends of the opposite sex. Like you really need to have like married friends and people that are like really supportive.
I agree.
When something happens and you get vulnerable, they're like, oh no, it's no big deal. I'd never do that. Well,
that makes sense.
Somebody's waiting on your downfall. And so I think that's one of the things that we've had to learn is like what relationships are really beneficial. Whether that's married friends, if they're in the Christian community and things like that, because we don't have too many friends within the industry we're in, which is, more entertainment based. It's on the complete different spectrum. And that's a good thing. I don't, after some of the events that I've gone to, I would rather not be kicking it in the nightclub with the homies, and they're like, hey, it's no big deal. Well, that no big deal could take issues and you can bring them home. And we're not trying to do all that.
Definitely. That makes a lot of sense, for real.
We're more trying to get paid and go home.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do this job and get up out of here, man.
Yep.
I'm not this dude's age anymore. I'm not 22 anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
22, man. About to be 23.
Oh, man. So let me ask you this: what do you do? What does your typical day look like?
Typical day, I get up before 8:00, eat breakfast,
Okay.
and then I head to work. I've been trying to do the gym before work, but I film content.
That's right. You said that on the
So
last
I've been going
one.
to
Yep.
East Harry and doing it in the evening time.
Okay.
So, but work all
Where do
day
you film your content at the gym?
at the gym. I got a tripod. Use
Oh,
my
come
phone.
on. Okay.
Yep,
Dope,
got my
dope, dope.
phone. Use the tripod. But most of the day I'm at the gym, making phone calls, using my social media. Just trying to get people
Yeah,
in the club.
For sure. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think that's the one place that calls me more than anybody.
Yeah, we're very persistent.
And I was like, listen,
It's taught me a lot about sales.
Yeah, man, that's a lot. Sales is a tough gig. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you know what I'm saying? You win some, you lose some, but at the end of the day, shout out to Bob Woolley. He was my manager over at Supercar Guys for a while.
Hell yeah.
And Bob's just like activity. Like
That's
you
what
just
they
need
say all
activity.
the time,
Like
activity.
Bob will die on that hill.
Yeah.
Activity. He's like, if you're not doing anything, don't expect anything. Just do something.
Yeah.
And you'll get something back.
That's so true.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Bob.
That's so true.
That's his.
I mean, he does have
That's
the
his way.
trophies from like Supercar Guys.
That's cool. How long were you at Supercar Guys?
I want to say 4 or 5 years. I was there for a minute.
Yeah, everybody tells me I should go sell cars, but
I don't know, man. I don't know about
if,
that, dog.
if right now,
The market's changed so much. The market's weird right now, bro.
Yeah.
It's just so different.
listen,
man.
bro, I'm looking at a Tahoe because I know eventually I'm going to have to trade mine in because of mileage. I drive a lot. That's just the reality of it. Regardless of how well I take care of it, I drive 30 plus thousand miles a year. $80,000.
Dang,
Like
80 bands.
80 bands.
like for
crazy.
a decent, not super luxurious, over the line Tahoe,
Yeah.
80 bands.
Yeah.
That's more than my mortgage.
Yeah.
She.
That's a lot. That's a lot for a Tahoe. What year?
It was a 2022. I've looked at a couple of them. Their starting price is like 67, but by the time you add taxes in and
Yeah,
things
man,
like
you
that.
know them taxes.
So it's just it's different, and like
taxes,
you said,
warranties, protection plans, all of that stuff.
and it's cars are hard to come by, man.
definitely.
Like he used to work at Honda. They would get like 300 units like every month with
Oh
cars.
no, we get a lot, man, and they
And
be
like
sold.
now,
Yeah.
you're lucky if the car lot's filled. They had to close the second building because they just they were losing business with
Yeah.
COVID and things like that. So it's a completely different realm of
ballgame.
things. I'm not saying that you can't like flip cars and do something like that.
Yeah.
I think that's dope. But
Yeah.
as far as the new car industry, I don't know how any car salesmen are doing it
Making
right
it
now.
happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's a little rough. It's a little different. I mean, no matter what, if you're good at something, you're gonna figure it out, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But it's just so different nowadays, man. With that,
Yeah, because there's like Carvana now.
yeah, you
Cars
got
from-
Carvana.
You get cars from your
Yeah.
phone.
0 out of 10 would not recommend.
But
For real?
see, if I'm purchasing,
I've never used it.
I'm gonna tell you this.
I never used it, so I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you this. If I'm buying a vehicle, I want somebody to teach me about the car.
Yeah.
I don't want to cut out the salesperson. Like I don't want to do that. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Now I know, to each his own, whatever. But if I'm buying a car, I want you to be like, hey, this is how you connect this or this. Because, I mean, let's keep it 1,000. How many cars is somebody going to buy in their life? Probably not too many. Like, you're not going to buy a car every year or every day,
No.
right?
No, you're
like,
not.
your average person isn't. So, like, you buy a car and then...
It's probably going to last you like 5 years.
Yeah,
5
your
years
typical
or so.
loan is like 60 months, 72 months, something like that. I know some banks do 84 months or whatever.
Please don't
but
do that. Please don't do 84 months.
anyways, 96 months. Anyway,
Oh man. Dun, dun,
so
dun.
like by that time, technology is so far ahead that even when you get another car, it's going to be there's going to be a lot going on, right? So I'm not going to cut out the middleman. That's just me.
Listen, that's like going
This
to
is my
Walmart,
situation.
and I'm already having to check out my own stuff, and then they want to check my receipt at the front.
I'm going to tell you this. I don't shop hardly often. This lovely lady here
Ever.
handles the shopping. But like,
You got a good woman, man.
man, yeah, she is. She's
I do
awesome.
not like to go to the store.
I hate it.
He don't even buy
But
his own clothes for himself.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
be real.
yeah, I don't go to the store at all.
He
But
doesn't-
when I do, hold on.
Hey,
when I
hey.
do, when I do go to the store, y'all
Hey.
is listening to me. They're not. Y'all are. Man, I will literally wait in line for a human because I hate checking my own self out.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just me.
It depends. Like if if I gotta move, I'll do it real quick. But I'll rather have the person check me out.
Come on,
Hey,
man.
go shop at Dylan's though. You know,
Shout out to Dylan's.
because that's my store. But they, they still have people that work. But like with Walmart, God forbid you ask a question like, "Hey, I just need
Y'all
a
always
price
be
check."
mad, man.
Walmart's
Y'all
like-
be
Like,
mad.
They're
They get
upset about everything.
Like, man.
Well, they had, I think it was on TikTok recently. They had markdowns for summertime, and there were like marking clothes down to 3 cents.
Oh wow,
Right?
Trying to get them out.
And this was across the nation type of thing. So they're having people like, quote unquote, say they're stealing, and like they're having cops called to the store and things like that because Walmart wasn't admitting like, hey, we marked it down, and it's scanning that way. So you don't want us to buy the clothes, and then you get mad. Hey, you're trespassing. Hey, we're gonna do this. And there was a lady that ended up, I think, getting arrested under
wow.
a situation like that. And I'm like, see, that's why I try very hard not to shop at Walmart.
Yeah.
It's
Dylan's is better, definitely.
oh yeah, it's either Dylan's or Target, and I go to
Target.
Target a little.
Tarjay.
Yeah, I'm willing to spend extra money for better service.
Oh, I'm the same way. I agree.
100%. I just
100%.
can't deal with bad attitudes or we're going to work and you don't want to be here.
Yeah,
I get
dislike
it.
that
It's
as well.
retail, but at the end of the day, it's a service. If you don't want to be here, find a different job.
Definitely, I agree.
I feel you on that. Now that we were kind of talking about Walmart and Target, I'm gonna throw a couple questions at y'all. Y'all ready?
Okay.
It's gonna be either this or this.
Okay.
Burger King or Wendy's?
Wendy's.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A is not an option. Burger King or Wendy's?
Listen, that's like a last
No,
resort.
Burger
That is. I don't even eat that
Wendy's.
anymore. But Wendy's.
said
is-
Wendy's.
Wendy's
What?
is more quality.
I think when I have like my midnight cravings once every 6 months, it's a Burger King.
Okay.
I cannot stand Wendy's.
Okay.
Burgers are trash.
Sonic or Spangles?
Sonic. Oh, well, Sonic for drink, Spangles for French fries.
No, you got to pick one.
Spangles. It's gonna be Spangles for the
Spangles for you?
Yeah.
Spangles for the win?
Spangles.
Yeah, I don't do Sonic food. I do Spangles, but
That's so
Sonic,
true.
them
Food
half
is
price
trash.
drinks in the summertime. That's the only reason I'm there.
At first.
See, I'm gonna tell you this. My lady's the type of person, she will go get a drink from somewhere and then go get
The
food
food
from
from the
somewhere
other
else,
place.
bro.
All time.
And then go get sauces from somewhere else.
Oh
bro.
man,
Listen,
she's not having it.
I just like happiness, okay? Like if I'm going to Chick-fil-A, I'm going to Starbucks across the street. They didn't set it up that way for me not to like go.
Yeah.
Firebirds or 6S?
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna be honest with you.
Come on.
After working at Firebirds, and the last couple times I've been there,
Man, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the food.
yeah, I'm a pass on Firebirds all day because
Wow.
because the reason being is because one, the guy that was the cook at the time when I was there, he actually got killed last year at the very beginning of this year, actually, on New Year's
Rest in
Day or
peace.
New Year's Eve. And it just changed the game on how the food was. So I'd say 6S because not only was the food great, but the service was great. And with Firebirds, I feel like they have a higher turnover because the last several times I've been in there, it's not the same people. And
You haven't been yet, right?
I haven't been to either one.
If you're gonna drop some cash, definitely go to 6S.
Definitely.
Now Firebirds
Birthday's
is cool.
next month, so
Firebirds
couple
is
weeks
cool
What
if
are you
you're
about to
like
do
trying
for
to
it?
go to lunch.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry. No, Firebirds is cool if you're trying to do lunch menu. They have good options. Their martinis are really good too.
okay.
They have a diamond pineapple that they like infuse for like 21 days. But I mean, if you're wanting an experience, definitely go to 6S.
Most
Or
definitely.
George's. George's is good.
Yeah, that's next to the Metro, right? It's right there on.
Yeah, right here on
Yeah,
Central.
Central and Oliver.
I got another one.
Yeah.
Freddy's or Red Robin?
That's not even Freddy's because it's local.
Cool. Yeah.
I'd probably go Freddy's as well. I've tried both, but I think I would go to Freddy's.
Okay.
Freddy's bases, so when I worked at Freddy's bases their service off quite a bit off of what Chick-fil-A was. And just recently they sold their company, which, you know, Scott Riddler, he opened up culinary for Butler County out in Andover, and it's super nice. But they really cared at the time, and I think they still do, about how the company operates. And they're very hands-on. And I've never seen a company do the things that they do. And, you know, the first Freddy's is actually located on 21st and Tyler. And so I think it's a big deal to have something like that come out of Wichita and then be able to franchise in other places, because it is a lot like a Chick-fil-A. They care about their service and how things are handled. That's big to them.
Yo, Chick-fil-A be having the bag out of the window, like as you drive up. That's so
No.
wild to me
every
bro.
time.
They'll
That's
be
so wild to me.
in the summertime. No, they be walking it to you. They don't be you don't even
Oh,
touch
they
the
will do
window.
anything. You know, the service at Chick-fil-A is so mind blowing every time.
I swear. I swear. I'm like, oh my goodness.
It's really ridiculous.
I think
I'm like, this can't get any better, and then they do something like
they mess up.
crazy.
Oh, let me get this for you. It's awesome.
Oh, sorry. There's a coupon in your app for
There you
you,
go. Oh.
if you just check that.
Free nuggets.
Like, yo, what is going on? And you know it's crazy because, the line, man.
You think you're not gonna get through it, but
It's like
You're gone.
it's like 5 to 10 minutes
Yeah.
with that. And I think the thing is, and
Sometimes it don't even be that.
nah,
But let me tell you this: I will go into a different. Nah, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm gonna say y'all's name. I'll go into like a Burger King, bro. There'll be nobody there, and I'll wait like 10 minutes for my food.
I swear.
And I'm like, yo, what are y'all on? I'll
I
go to
bet
Chick-fil-A and there's 40 cars, bro, and
Yeah.
I'm out faster than nobody here. Yeah, man.
I'm surprised
I still
Burger
love
King's
Burger
still
King, though,
going.
man. Shout out to Burger King. I love y'all. I just don't know
Late
what y'all be
nights.
on, bro. It's cool.
I think it's different. Like
It's just standards, man. That's really
Yeah.
all it is. It's just standards.
they all run. I feel like they all run the same. They either have 1 or 2 employees.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
man. Hey, what's up? If you work at Burger King, comment below. I'm serious, because like every time if we do go, right, there's always like 1 or 2 people working, and like that's
I
it.
swear.
Chick-fil-A, you got people.
Outside with jackets on and headbands.
and-
Bro, they're inside.
Lights. They got lights on
Bro.
top of it.
No, bro, they're in the bubble.
They got that
when it's
assembly
like
line just
misting,
moving.
You know, the bubble where they like. It looks like you're going to a soccer game, and they put the bubble on.
No, they got the
that's-
bubble, they got
so
the-
that you don't like get wet.
Oh
got
my goodness.
They got the umbrella hats, bro. They got everything,
Yeah.
bro.
It's like
They're
a different
top tier.
dedication.
Top tier.
He's like, hey, we're
Top.
gonna serve
Top.
you just like Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Man.
come on, man. Like for real.
For real.
Like it's.
That's true. I mean, that's
I don't even know how they get the names right. Like they're like, okay, what's the name on your order? I'm like, yo, there's like 5 different cars we could kind of all pull up at like any time. And they never mess. They never mess. I don't know what y'all got going on, man, but it's working. It's amazing.
They just opened another Chick-fil-A, which is even closer to my shopping spot over by Target off of Greenwich. So if you guys need another Chick-fil-A, it's over there.
So town east small or town west?
No. It is by Target.
No, I'm
this-
doing another thing.
Town West is barely even open. Is that even
Town-
a question?
No, it's not.
did
It's
you
supposed to be
see
a
that?
little- it's supposed to be a little joke.
NLE Chopper, NLE Chopper video.
Bro, they said that he was looking for
They said, "Damn, Kansas,
the
where's the mall at?"
vegan. There's a couple people that said he was there for the vegan gal. Her name I think is Shea or Shay.
Oh, that's dope. For
And
sure.
I think that's what he was initially looking for, but something happened and they had a falling out in the mall. That's why she's not there. So I really think that's what he was there for. I don't think he was just like, hey, let me show up to the West Mall. Because I feel like somebody would have told him differently.
I don't know, man.
But it's not like how he was rolling with his squad. So I think it's different. Like,
This is what I think. I'm gonna kind of interrupt you, and I apologize. This is the only thing to me that really makes sense, just from an outsider's point of view. He got off the plane, went to his hotel. He's laying in bed in his hotel, like, okay, what do we do before the show? Oh, let me see where the mall's at. So you Google the mall, and the closest mall to you is probably West Mall. So he's like, oh, all right, let me go see what's up.
Yeah.
And then that's probably how he got there.
Yeah. He said, hey,
Because if anybody told him to go to the West Mall, you need to delete all your social media?
I don't know. Dominic from the East Mall has his store out west, and he does embroidery.
He does.
He does.
But his wife
Shout out to Dom.
said
He's
that I need to be convinced. She goes, no, it's popping. I was like, did you all magically get the stores that I used to shop at? Because
Their business is probably
I know
popping.
they're, I know
they definitely
they-
got people in there.
well, I know for them specifically, because
But other than that,
service-wise, I know they do great.
Yeah.
Dominic is on his game. Him and his wife, they work together. They're a great team. But as far as like anything else in the mall, it just fell off and went to New Market Square.
definitely.
That's what happened. So, and they're turning that same thing into what K96 and Greenwich is becoming. They're trying to make more of shopping centers out there. So eventually I think it's going to end up being like New Market Square, but the only difference was
We need an outlet mall.
Definitely.
that's what New Market Square was. I think the thing that was the
That'd be
biggest
dope, man.
struggle was COVID. COVID killed a lot of businesses, and everybody's like, "Oh, we can
COVID
shop
came in
online."
and destroyed a lot of business.
Man.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
COVID was
Took a
tough.
lot of
What were you
weight.
doing during COVID?
I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. Right before COVID hit, I was at Butler going to school.
Going to school.
Yeah, and then COVID hit really bad and went online, and that's when we kind of started spiraling, started kicking it more.
Yeah,
drinking.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
stopped going to school. Still,
You drop out of Butler?
dropped out of Butler. Yep,
I feel you.
yep.
I feel you. So let me ask you this. Are you going back to school? Do you feel like school's beneficial? What do you think?
When I watch Eric Thomas and he talks about, how he got his
Beast.
four-year degree, he got his PhD,
Yeah.
master's degree.
Took him 16 years for his 4-year degree.
Yeah, that motivates me. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like if I don't want to be, one of the best in the world, I feel like I got to get that under my
Yeah,
belt.
man. Eric Thomas has something super powerful when he says he's done all the school and he hates school, but he
Yeah.
realized that there were some doors that he couldn't get in unless he had those type of accolades. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? Those type of achievements, man.
Those are in the back of my mind every day.
Yeah.
So.
So, I mean, with me and what I do, since I'm in the entertainment business, it's all about relationships. I don't know anybody that cares about a sheet of paper at all.
Yeah.
In what I'm on. Right?
Definitely.
But when you're talking about high level motivational speaking, people with degrees, people that talk a certain way, because Eric Thomas even talks about that. He's like, I had to change the way I spoke.
Exactly.
Like, there's some words I have to use the big word, because if I use the small word, they're gonna be like, okay. But when I use the big word, they look at me
you
like,
and
okay, yeah,
knows what he's talking about.
So I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
And also, how he's just able to, he just adapts and he just works so hard, man. And his team is so great too, bro.
Yeah,
His
definitely.
team is fire.
That's a good work ethic for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Who are you listening to? There's a podcast that she's been listening to. She's been following somebody.
Tim Ross.
Tim
Tim
Ross.
Ross.
Shout out to Tim Ross, man.
Is
Tim,
he?
Tim Ross is a pastor.
He's dope.
Oh, okay.
And he,
She listens to Tim and sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you. Tim and
Michael Todd.
Michael
Michael
Todd.
Todd.
Yeah. I think because of the energy level, but Tim Ross is very cut and dry.
Okay.
And I
Yeah,
feel
he's
like
dope.
if you want to listen to somebody that's Christian that is going to really tell you how it is, Michael Todd and Tim Ross are the
Okay.
two people that you really got to listen to. Steven Furtick is also kind of the same way too.
That's who I was
Steven
going
Furtick's
to
dope.
bring him up because that's who I listened
Yeah,
to
he's
or
dope.
have listened to before.
Man, Tim Ross's podcast be 2 hours long, and he's like, so
They be
he's-
going in, bro.
Yeah.
He be-
But I think the thing is,
Yeah, it's
so
dope,
he
though.
started in the basement like 4 months ago. And the thing was that he's like, hey, we're going to start this podcast. He's getting ready to retire at the end of the year. He's like, I'm going to kind of just see where this takes me because I feel like this is what God wants me to do. So like kind of tap
I
in
like
with
that.
me. But man, like the things I send my husband, I'm just like, hey, I need you to like listen to this. Because he just recently did a podcast with one of the directors in Hollywood. And the thing was, his story is crazy on the podcast. And it's more so Tim is like, hey, like, how did you stay in the entertainment business and people not drag you down? He's like, I didn't compromise my morals along the way. He's like,
powerful.
I think
Very
that's
powerful.
I think that was something that really stuck out. And so I showed him that podcast when we were out in Atlanta and we were out there for work. And so I was like, hey, since we're going to be in traffic for a little bit.
a lot of it. I land in traffic.
Big
It's
old
crazy.
city.
Man.
Yeah. So I put him on that one. But I actually met Eric Thomas back in 2017. And I think that he
That's around the time I met him. Got to take pictures and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
y'all two were at the
I
same
probably
thing.
were at the same thing.
Yeah, it was
Y'all
at
were-
friends. It just so happened the football coach is like, "Hey, do you want to come to this?" And I think that was really awesome. But I got his phone number after that, and I've texted him a few times since then, and he actually does respond.
That's
So I
That's
think
what's up.
that's
I like
something
that a lot.
different because he's not like, "Hey, I just want to like speak to you," and then it just not matter.
yeah, and definitely that's where I kind of I try to do the same thing. I try to speak to anybody. Anybody wants to talk to me, I talk to them because there's a lot of people that look up to me. So I try to be there for them as much as I can.
I don't know if I can say anybody looks up to me. They more look down to me because I'm little.
Anyways. Man, we've almost been here for an hour. Do you guys have anything else you guys want to say? We talked about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we talked
really
about
did.
a lot.
Yeah,
Just want to say thank you for bringing me on again. man.
absolutely, bro. Come on.
Appreciate you, Paris, as well.
Oh yeah, no
I
problem.
mean, I appreciate you just being a part. If you do something, man, you want to sit down and talk. I don't care what it is. Let's have a conversation.
Definitely.
That's
Be a
really
little bit more family friendly though, because we ain't just out here just wilding out on podcasts.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah. I'm not, you
We're
see
not
what I'm
wilding
saying?
out.
Look, yeah, let's try to get something meaningful down. You know what I'm saying? Something that can really,
People can relate to.
yeah, people can relate to. So
Yeah. I'm gonna stick behind the scenes though.
Stay behind the scenes.
Yeah.
For sure.
she one and done,
Be
man.
in front of the camera.
One and done.
Smiling.
It's nothing. I don't know. I feel like one, I sound and look like a little kid. That's just how I've always felt, and it's nothing personal. But if anybody wants to talk one-on-one, our door is always open.
Absolutely.
But I'm definitely a behind the scenes type of person.
sure.
I love making connections with people. I think that's been really big. But a lot of times people don't realize that I'm the one connecting differently than him. So we have two total different outlets to things. And when it comes to the entertainment business, there's things that I can get into that he can't touch. And that's not a bad thing. It's just I'd much rather be behind the scenes being able to do it. And they're like, "Oh, well, I seen Humble Greatness there." Yeah, it was me.
Absolutely.
You're just not hearing me talk about it until everything's done. So,
Most definitely.
what
You got anything else you want to say?
If anybody's looking for a gym, go ahead and contact me. I know my social medias will be on YouTube.
Yes, they will be.
Yeah.
Go ahead, hit them up, man. Go ahead, get into the gym, get healthy. Health is everything. It really is.
It dictates your
Without
entire
health,
life.
you can't do anything.
Man,
Stay in good health. Stay young.
Yeah, we
Stay
appreciate
active.
body positivity, but can we be healthy doing body
Yeah, let's
positivity?
be healthy, man.
for real.
Not just,
Out here.
encouraging the opposite of that. It seems like that's like controversial right now. I had a conversation about that at the poetry thing. And I think I was talking to one of the guys, and there's a girl that's very outspoken on poetry night, and that's not a bad thing, but she's like, it's not a big deal with what people wear. It's body positivity. And I was like, yeah, it does matter like how people feel and how people look, because at the end of the day, one of the biggest things that we're fighting is obesity and diabetes being one
Definitely.
of the biggest killers in America. And I don't think that
Big.
that's talked about because everybody's like, oh, well, that's offensive. Well, when you're 6 feet under, it's not offensive.
Definitely. Definitely agree.
So, I support the gym. If you're going to Genesis, or if you want to go be Angelo's workout partner at the YMCA,
YMCA is where I be at.
he challenges all the young college kids.
Man, and they be working me out, man.
Man,
Yeah, some of them in there are beast mode for real.
He's hitting 405 on bench, but he's trying to get higher.
Strong,
but
man.
these like young kids are like, man, like for real, Humble, like you just gonna go in like that?
I'm a little strong, bro, just a little bit.
there we go.
He
405, that's a lot of weight.
It is, man,
Yeah.
and it's crazy because when I lift that kind of stuff, it doesn't hurt my chest, bro. It hurts like my joints, like
Yeah.
my elbows.
Yep.
And, you got all that weight on your wrist and stuff like that.
Definitely.
So it is what it is. But I'm in there.
Most definitely.
I am in there.
I'm not, but it's okay. It's not that I don't
Yeah,
want
but
to be.
your job with what you do, you busy. You be cleaning houses, so I know you getting your steps in regardless.
Yeah, I think before my Apple Watch broke, it was 3 to 5 miles a day.
Yeah.
And it's up and downstairs, up and downstairs. And then I come home and he's like, just sit down. I was like, I can't. I got all this stuff I got to do. So about midnight, I'm chilling.
Keep those feet moving.
Come on. All right, man. That's our time. We have been here for almost an hour, so that's our time.
Appreciate you.
Hit us up, man. You already know, man. Comment below, man. Give me some
feedback.
Give me some feedback. If you got questions, just ask. And we here. Hit us up on the socials. You'll see the socials at the bottom.
Or better yet, if you want to do a live on the socials, we could do a live.
For sure.
Live.
I don't
get it.
Get personal with Humble Greatness.
Let's get it. Y'all take care, man. Thanks for rocking with us.
Take care.